And welcome back to Hermitcraft. Alright. Well, I got a little bit done here, squared the thing off, and I've made sure some folks were pointing out that this thing was not even, this one was not symmetrical with that one, and so on. And I double checked everything, counted everything 3 times, and so on. And yeah, it's all right now. And I've gotten rid of the vertical pillar to the ground here because, well, you see how this diagonal is. What I want to do is something that may not be all that wonderfully great of an idea, and that is to have some kind of diagonal, a vertical diagonal, as it were. So like that, and then here, and then up, and then sort of like that. And then the extra blocks underneath I will just get rid of later after this is set up. It needs to go all the way over here to the corner. I'm thinking it should. Oh boy. Heck of a last couple of days with all the assorted migraine stuff trying to get a real mess of a problem on me, or making life miserable, whatever. Okay. Oh no, well, that belonged there. And then over there. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look from over here. And that's the kind of thing I wanted, although maybe not just a single block wide. I'll have to work on, I gotta do something to make that better. It probably needs to be a triangular kind of thing. Well, let's see. If I go like this and like that, and then just do the same thing all the way up, because the 1 block wide doesn't work at all. If this works out, I'll have to do it on all 4 corners. And yes, they're going to be polished diorite. I think the polished diorite is going to be the main construction material involved here. Okay, and there, and there. No, that one's right, that one's wrong. Yeah, okay. Now, that kind of looks a little better. It doesn't look like just random blocks floating in the air. It looks like there's some kind of a structural shape to it. Yeah. I'm going to have to work on that idea, but that's generally where I'm going with that for all 4 corners. Basically, the base of the building is supporting the roof by way of some oddball angles. In the meantime, let me throw down a torch or 2 here. I don't want my own construction to try to kill me. And if I'm not careful, it will. Especially with this speed beacon right here. Oy. I don't know how many times I've almost completely run off of this thing. Now the diagonal here and there, those are temporary scaffolding, so they don't figure into the whole thing. But let's see. I think what does is some effort at partitioning off where sections or rooms or whatever will end up being. And I'm thinking maybe a good chunk of the floor might be glass. I'm not 100% certain on that, but it might just be a good idea, I think. Alright. There we go. Just bring this over here. Like so. Yeah. Alright. I might as well bring these over too. Yeah, I think this is the beginning of something that should look good. At least I hope so. Because, yeah, I've been working on trying to improve building skills, such as they may be. And, I'm actually trying to make something that looks good, because you can tell I'm not using cobblestone to build it. Alright, so these. Yeah. Alright, and the same thing over here. Yeah. So I get this structure built on the other four corners. And maybe go ahead and glass in the floor. I'm not certain I want to do that just yet. But it's a thing that might happen. And, yeah. Go down here and grab a little bit of almost instant daylight. Almost instant because sleeping seems to take longer now. From the time you hit sleep to the time you actually wake up in the next daylight hour, it does seem to be somewhat longer than it used to be. I don't know, perhaps I'm just imagining things, but that's what it feels like to me. So, that's the general direction of where I'm going right now. And then from that platform to go upwards. Probably not much more outwards, but we've got this almost kind of an inverted pyramid thing going. And then upwards, and then it might just pyramid its way back in again. I'm not certain just yet. But this is the kind of design that's kind of bouncing around my head. And I figured while I had a little bit of an idea of it, and while the migraine was not as bad as it could be, although, yeah, well, you know, these things, they sometimes come and go a little bit, and I figured while I'm able to do something, I would do something, because I have the distinct impression that by this time tomorrow, I'm going to be curled up in a corner in the dark, waiting for it to go away. So, let me know what you think, and I will get back to this again as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.